Hey everybody, it's Nicole or Nikki Ricks here, and I am so sorry for disappearing for like 2 weeks there. I was not feeling good, and my voice literally sounded horrible, so I just couldn't film anything because it sounded awful. And for the most part, now I'm good, and we can start reviewing our LEGO sets again. So today, obviously, we're going to be taking a look at the Mandalorian helmet, which came in the helmet series' last wave. The most recent additions being Mando, the Dark Trooper, and the Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet, which is really, really cool. The front of it's just a little wonky for me, so I just didn't get it, but I do really like the look of that helmet. I don't think I'm gonna get that one. So today we have the helmet that I just obviously could not resist getting, and that is the Mandalorian's helmet. Now, aside from Mando's helmet in this collection, I do also have the Scout Trooper and Boba Fett. And I mean, when you have Boba Fett's helmet, you can't not have Din Djarin's helmet. It would be almost weird if you didn't have both of them next to each other. But I do also have to say, having built both of them and now having them side by side, it looks a little off. Like, there are some things, and I'll show you what I mean later, but there are just some things that really should be switched between those two helmets, design-wise at least. And, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. But as for the Mandalorian helmet here, this is set 75328, the Mandalorian helmet, and it's 584 pieces, retails for about $60 US, and to my knowledge, it's basically still available, like, everywhere. So honestly, at first look, this is a really good looking helmet. I really love the design. It has the standard helmet collection look to it. You have the plaque up in the front with the label. Of course, this one says the Mandalorian. If it was another character, it would have their name properly displayed there. Of course, he does have the standard visor piece that does look really good. If you look at the general shape of the helmet, it kind of pans out a little bit here because of the way that they allowed you to sort of clip in and out these cheekbone pieces. Not cheekbone, like ear pieces. And I really love the way that they like contoured these cheeks here. As you know, the Mandalorian's helmet is all Beskar, it's all silver, so this is not actually dark gray, light gray, and then silver here at these pieces around the visor. So it's nice that they use these layering of colors to kind of get that illusion of depth in there. That being said, the elephant in the room here is the fact that his helmet is indeed silver. But if you look at this here, it's gray. These are light gray pieces. It is unfortunately, plain and simple, not the right color. Now again, the design is very good. I mean, you look at these earpieces and everything here looks pretty accurate. I'm not really even sure what the function of these is. I'm sure like inside the helmet there's some wiring going on, some reason that these are bulkier. Of course, some of the helmets do have a viewfinder attached here, but Mando's does not. And on the back, we do have the vent system or whatever it is, that design feature that he has. That does also look really good. They did a very nice job there. But it is really just the issue of the color here. Now, I kind of understand. They don't make those like metallic silver pieces for all of these different shapes, and it probably would have been a little bit of a hassle to do so. I'm sorry for the sudden quality change in camera and audio, but I remembered that my sister had the Infinity Gauntlet in here, and it's completely gold. These are all custom gold pieces, or whatever you want to call it, freshly printed gold pieces. And as beautiful as this is, it just reminds me that, you know, LEGO Marvel, LEGO Harry Potter, they're all willing to do these nice, beautiful things for their customers. But LEGO Star Wars, what do I say?
Nothing.
I don't need to say anything else. Just look at that, and look at this. However, if you're going to make the Mandalorian's helmet, which is literally famously made out of Beskar, like the shininess, the look of it, the unpainted purity of it, that is what people love about it. And I mean, what I do love is how the light does catch the silvery pieces. You can see they have him here outlining most of the visor. It's on top of his head there, just like a random line. I mean, it's not random. His helmet does have that naturally smoother like bulge on top. But to me, it is just weird that it's not completely Beskar. And I mean, by the colors that they use, that's what it looks like. They can kind of get away with it. I mean, it still works. They used enough of the shiny pieces in the right places to kind of give it that look. But for me, I mean, when I imagined this, as I'm sure everyone else did, it was, you know, fully metallic pieces, completely shiny, catching the light at every angle. And that's kind of a disappointment for me. Other than that, I mean, the issue of not quite using the right colors for this helmet, I think the way that they did it, it still looks good. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the visor piece. So I'll admit, on its own, this looks okay. This looks pretty accurate in my opinion. I mean, not when you have one of the like earpieces popped out like I just did, but for the most part, the visor, the shape looks pretty good. There's something about the way that they did contour the cheeks here and the way that these can kind of like widen out a little bit that kind of gives you the illusion of the visor going out this way. It almost like opens up at the bottom, but it doesn't. I mean, it's just a straight line. It's just kind of an illusion of the pieces that they have used. And on its own, it looks okay. But when you bring in the Boba helmet here is where it starts to look a little bit wonky, unfortunately. So again, I will just say now, having both the Mandalorian helmets out, Boba Fett and Mando as like a duo, if you're only gonna collect 2 helmets, these would be the ones. And if you only have one, you can't not have the other one. They look fantastic together. So anyway, the problem that we were talking about before. Having gotten this new advanced sort of redesigned Mandalorian look for Mando's helmet was fantastic and it looks amazing, but it now makes Boba's helmet look very, very incorrect. Now, his helmet was never perfect, but I always really, really liked it, and unfortunately now seeing it next to the Mandalorian's helmet, it just looks a little wrong. And that is again mainly to do with the visor piece. So now Mando's visor, which previously did look for the most part very straight, does kind of look like it's got a cone shape to it because of the whole angling that they have going on here, while Boba's looks like a straight up line. Like it's straight. And if you know Mando's helmet and Boba's helmet, then you know that Mando's helmet has a very straight line and Boba's helmet has that kind of cone shape to it. So I'm not gonna lie to you, these designs could be flipped. I don't want them to be because I really prefer this Mandalorian look and I think it still works very, very well for Din Djarin's helmet. However, it makes Boba's helmet look wrong. And that's very unfortunate because now it just like something looks like it looks like they painted the wrong helmets. Do you know what I mean? Like that is all I can see when I look at these two now. It's like the length of the helmet. It makes Boba's look longer and Din's look wider when it's really supposed to be the other way around. So that is unfortunate, but if you can get past that issue, that is really my only problem with this helmet. And other than that, I mean, look at how it looks on its own. It looks amazing. Again, aside from the whole, wrong colors used there issue, the Beskar highlights that I guess they decided to do, it makes it work well enough. It's not perfect, but it still looks really good. I mean, it's undoubtedly the Mandalorian's helmet. Anyway, that being said, I am surprised how long it took for them to do the Mandalorian's helmet, given how popular the show is. Like, it literally took them forever to make this helmet. And I don't know, maybe there were some people who were like really arguing to have those silver pieces and that's why it took so long, but I mean, it's here now. And that is essentially it. I mean, everything else about the helmet is very standard to any helmet piece. The inside is filled with a bunch of colorful blocks. And I can't actually give you a peek because I'm pretty sure if I just take off this front piece, yeah, all colorful bricks, lots of fun to build. And you can see how it just clips back into place using these 2 pieces here. So yeah, that is it. That is literally everything about this helmet. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you're new here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.